acquired immunodeficiencies. Hello lovely people, I am Akanshya and welcome to catalyticakanshya. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how you can make your period experience a bit pleasant and comfortable. So if you are interested to know, then please keep on watching. Now of course, for every single person, the experience of periods or menstruation is different. For some it's like any usual day, but for some of us it's like a disaster and a nightmare completely. So in today's video, we are going to be discussing a few food items, a few stuff and a few tips and tricks by which you can kind of achieve pleasant experience to your periods, even though it is not at all pleasant no matter what you do, but still you can kind of keep it under your control maybe. So let's get started. So firstly, while we are chumming, there are a lot of hormonal changes that are going on in our body. Of course, hormonal changes every now and then होते ही रहते हैं in our body, but during those days, specifically the female hormones, which are estrogen and progesterone, and the gonadotrophic hormones, which are luteinizing hormone and follicular stimulating hormones, all these hormones are into play, and there is such a huge fluctuation in their amount in your blood that causes a lot of different a lot of different symptoms in your body. And only because of the activity of these hormones, about a week prior to our periods, we tend to see all these symptoms like acne or back pain or lower abdominal pain, slight pain, not intense pain that we suffer from during the periods. So these are like pre-menstrual symptoms or PMS, and these are also caused by the hormones. Along with these symptoms, while we are chumming, our emotions are like on a roller coaster ride. So to calm down and relax from all these mental stress and the emotional breakdowns and mixed emotions, what you can do is you can go for aromatherapy, or you can use aromatic or fragrant or scented candles. Now when it comes to scented candles, Bath and Body Works aces the game, but we cannot deny the fact that their candles are a hell of an expensive, so not everyone can afford it. I know that. So what you can do is you can go for cheaper alternatives for these, and Bath and Body Works is not the only brand who curate scented candles. You can go for the West Side candles. They are really good, especially the number 6. It has such a pleasant vanilla fragrance and it's really soothing, so I personally love it. I had that, but currently I do not have it. So the one that I have currently with me is this one. I got this from Flipkart. It is in the lavender fragrance, as you can tell already by the color, and it comes in this airtight glass jar, and it is reusable of course once the candle gets exhausted, so that's a really good thing. It was for 400 rupees I guess. And ये सिर्फ बोलने के लिए नहीं है, okay? Aromatherapy is a legit thing. People actually do get cured by using aromatherapy, so do not feel that it's just a hoax. It's not going to do anything. While we are chumming, our body is inflamed inside out, because you guys know already the inner lining of the uterus, which is the endometrium, that sheds and is drained out from the body. Along with that, simultaneously and spontaneously the body rebuilds it, and because of that the body secretes 2 hormones. One is called prostaglandin and the other one, the name starts with X. I cannot remember the name right now. So what happens is that because of these 2 hormones, our blood pressure tends to get lower sometimes, and it might make you feel dizzy and you might faint as well. It has happened with me sometimes, so yeah, be careful with that. And coming to the inflammatory part, 4 to 5 days prior to getting my chums, I start consuming anti-inflammatory food. Now what are anti-inflammatory food, right? The name says it all. These help your body to kind of resist inflammation or to prevent getting inflammations. So you can have things like broccoli, then nuts, and some dry fruits, and also you can consume ginger tea or chamomile tea. All these things really help to soothe, calm, and to resist inflammation. Now I personally consume pistachios, so this is the one that I consume. It is by a brand called Special Choice. Yes, I know pistachios are really expensive, but these really work, okay? Because jab I consume these 4-5 days before getting my chums, I feel that those months the intensity of the pain is a bit lesser. So I don't know if it's gonna work for every single person, but yes, because pistachio is an anti-inflammatory food, it should help you. So at least you can give it a try. If it helps you, then it's well and good. And again, ऐसा नहीं है that आपको pistachios ही लेने पड़ेंगे. There are a number of anti-inflammatory food. Just Google it and you can get a huge list. You can absolutely consume any one of those. Also, you know what I do? The very moment when I get my chumps, I sit with a handful of pistachios and just consume them with the hope that pain thoda sa bhi reduce ho jaye, because it's just unbearable, you guys. The next thing is yet again related to relaxing and calming your body. So during those days, even if हम कुछ नहीं कर रहे, दिन भर बिस्तर पे लेटे हुए हैं, या we just sitting at home, we still feel so much of fatigue and so much of weakness. That's because, as I said already, our body is going through a lot of hormonal changes. A lot of activities are going on in the body. A lot of hormones are coming into place. So this is meant to happen. Do not get worried about that. ऐसा बिल्कुल necessary नहीं है that you can work on the same pace like all other days. So what you can do is you can go for a relaxing hot bath, and along with that use a shower gel which really helps you to uplift your mood. Use a fragrance that really helps you to kind of energize yourself, you know. I personally love using this Think Skin body wash. It is in the Aqua Splash variant. It has a menthol and peppermint kind of fragrance. Along with that, it has hints of sweetness to it as well. It's like the perfect blend for me during those days. It really helps me to relax, to calm my body and my soul, and it's just really helpful. There's no hard and fast rule that ये वाली body wash ही आपको use करनी पड़ेगी. Go for any single body wash or shower gel which you like, the fragrance which really helps you to relax. Then let's talk about period pain. So if you're someone who has painful periods and you do not tend to take painkillers, और आप कोई भी remedy नहीं लेते हैं for that, and you're just dying out of the pain, please do not do that, okay? Firstly, consult a gynec. You might have some issues like PCOD or endometriosis. Now I guess PCOD तो सबको पता ही है. So what happens is that PCOD मतलब polycystic ovarian syndrome, that is it is called syndrome because there are a lot of symptoms for that disease. So when there are a lot of symptoms representing a disease, it is called syndrome. Pretty much like AIDS, which is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Again, it is called syndrome and not symptom, because AIDS भी अगर आपको हो, then you're gonna see a lot of different symptoms for that. Now coming back to the thing what I was saying, so PCOD, yes, अगर आपको PCOD है, then what actually happens to your body is that आपके ovaries में pretty much like those cystic acne that we get on our face, आपके ovaries में कुछ वैसे टाइप के ही pimples टाइप के cyst हो जाते हैं, यानी tumors टाइप के हो जाते हैं. These are not tumor exactly, but these are like all those boils. These are cystic. So अगर आपको PCOD है या PCOS है, then you can have terribly painful periods. Apart from that, if you have endometriosis, now what is endometriosis? So some people क्या होता है ना, उनके the endometrium, which is the inner lining of the uterus, which actually sheds during periods, कोई लोगों की कोई females के the endometrium, apart from growing inside the uterus, it starts growing outside the uterus, okay? And that again causes very, very painful periods. So firstly, go and consult a gynec for diagnosis. अगर आपको इन दोनों में से कोई भी disease है, if you have one, then अगर आप अच्छी treatment ले लेंगे इसकी, then आपकी जो pain है that is gonna get cured. But otherwise, if you do not have any of these diseases, somewhat like me, but you still have the pain, it is normal, okay? There's no other underlying diseases for that. You're just having it because it is there to happen. So just find ways to somehow deal with it, okay? So first thing that I would recommend you to go for are pain relievers. No, I'm not talking about painkillers. I'm talking about the other medications that you can take, somewhat like these roll-ons. This one is from a brand called Curant. I have already made an in-depth review video on this. You can go and check it. The second one is from Peesafe. Again, iske upar bhi I have made a in-depth review video long back. I will be linking both these videos for your reference. So you can use something like these. Also, there are pain reliever patches, pretty much like the ones that use on your muscles, like the athletes use them on on their muscles when they get strained, but I do not think that those are that effective, but these really tend to work, so you can go for these. Along with that, you can use pain reliever balms and some Ayurvedic oils. Also, you can keep an ice pack or a hot water bag handy because those really tend to work. Okay, I personally tend to use hot water bags, but yes, some people do swear by ice packs, so I can say that both work equally well, so you can choose pretty much whichever is more convenient to you. Now coming to the last thing, so if you're on the go, if you're traveling while you're on your periods and you need to change your sanitary napkin, your tampon, you can use this sanitary disposal bag. It is by the brand called Sirona. It contains 15 bags and it retails for 75 rupees only. It is really inexpensive. Now हमें खुद को भी अच्छा नहीं लगता है ना to just dump our sanitary napkins or tampons here and there. Now a few additional tips for all you females out there, especially who suffer from painful menses. Intensity does not matter. Even if you have the slightest pain ever, you need to hear this very carefully. Okay, so firstly, you should never consume food items that contain caffeine in it while you are on your periods, or if you have period pain, if you have painful menses. And not just while you are having your periods, even in general, if you're having any sort of ache or pain in your body, be it muscle pain or be it your headache or anything, never consume caffeine during that time, because caffeine really worsens your pain. Now what is actually caffeine? Caffeine is basically a chemical compound which is present in food items like tea, coffee, then some energy drinks contain caffeine in a huge amount. So what these basically do is that these energize your mind, make you more alert, make your sensory receptors more active. So you can pretty much make out why you get more pain, because आपके सारे body के parts, सारे cells, सारे receptors बहुत ही ज़्यादा alert and active हो जाते हैं. Hence they can sense and send the message of the pain at a very higher rate and efficiently. Second thing is, again, for all you people who suffer from painful menses, and also for all of you guys who get acne during your periods or prior to your periods, you should never consume dairy products while you're on your periods and during the PMS duration, because dairy products contain milk, and milk contains hormones because it comes from a female of another species. And the dairy products can actually छेड़छाड़ कर सकते हैं आपके hormones के साथ, and adversely it can affect the condition of your acne or your period pain as well. So do not consume dairy products. Lastly, do not consume a lot of spicy food, because these can again worsen your period pain. And also do not consume too much of salt as well, salt or sodium for that matter, because salt contains sodium NaCl, it contains sodium and chloride. And ये सिर्फ आपके periods के लिए नहीं है, even otherwise you should never consume a lot of sodium, because that actually leads to water retention, which we also call as bloating. आपका body literally सूज जाता है, your tummy tends to get bloated, it tends to get swollen, your face gets swollen, so that's actually called bloating or water retention. Now why that happens, right? So sodium is an element which does not allow the water to get flushed out from the body, because our body is constantly trying to figure out the equilibrium of all the different chemicals that are present in our body, and to maintain a fixed osmoregularity. Now also you guys might have observed that if someone is suffering from dehydration or say diarrhea or dysentery, and they are having loose motions, बॉडी में से बहुत ज़्यादा वाटर लॉस होता है, सो बॉडी कैन गेट डिहाइड्रेटेड. सो इन दैट केस सलाइन वाटर चढ़ाया जाता है ना, it comes in all those tiny bottles. So what it actually does is that those saline water contain sodium in it, and when that sodium gets into your body, it does not allow the water to get flushed out or to get out of your body basically. So in that way पानी आपके बॉडी के अंदर ही रह जाती है and आपकी बॉडी डिहाइड्रेटेड बिल्कुल नहीं होती. So yeah, I think मैं टॉपिक से बहुत ही दूर चली गई, but if I have some knowledge about something, I like to share it with people. People might not know these things. These are very small things. These are very basic things, to be honest, and most people do not know these per se, because हमारे स्कूल्स में हम लोगों को बिल्कुल बेकार एजुकेशन दी जाती है. आई फील the actual necessary life skills, the actual necessary facts that we need to be taught in schools बिल्कुल भी इग्नोर मारते हैं उनको. एंड देन कुछ यूजलेस चीज़ें सिखाई जाती है हम लोगों को जिनका प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में, जिनका डे टू डे लाइफ में कोई भी यूज़ ही नहीं है. And I like radiating positivity. Along with that, I like radiating education. I like radiating knowledge. So if you guys liked watching this video, then do not forget to give this a huge thumbs up. And also let me know in the comments below अगर आपको कुछ भी बोलना है मुझे about this video, or if you have any queries regarding periods or anything, then I'll be more than happy to help you out. Do just mention it in the comments below. And yeah, I think with that is a wrap for today's video. I will see you tomorrow with another one. Until then, it's me, Akanshya, signing off. Bye.